Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the topic semantic gap. First of all, what is semantic gap? The difference between the semantics of the application domain and the execution domain is called as semantic gap. What is semantic gap? Semantic gap is nothing but the difference between application domain and the execution of domain. That is nothing but the semantic gap. The designer express the idea in terms of application domain. It means designer will be provide the idea about the application. To implement these ideas, execution domain is used. Software engineer will be use or execute the idea, right, using the softwares. For this purpose, the rules of meaning of a domain is defined, which is called as semantic. The gap between the application domain, that is the purpose domain, and the execution domain is called as the semantic gap. Got it, all of you? Yeah. Let's see the diagram. In this diagram, there are two domains: application domain and the execution domain. Right? Execution domain means machine code, device, etc. Right? And the application domain means it is an idea, problem, method to solve this problem. Right? And the gap between these two domains are nothing but the semantic gap. Now we will discuss the consequences of semantic gap. Right? The first one is the large development time. What happens due to the semantic gap? It will be required the large development time. Interaction between the designer in application domain and programmers takes the large time. Right? Okay, means idea and the actual development, there are between these 2 points there is a required a vast time, that is the large development time. Okay, second one is the large development efforts will be required large, and last one is the poor quality of software. Okay, now how is the semantic gap reduced? Right, the semantic gap is reduced by programming languages, PL. In short, PL. Using the programming language, we can reduce the semantic gap. The use of a PL introduce a new domain. Okay, new domain that is known as the PL domain, programming language domain. Right? Let's see in this figure. In a first figure, we have discussed about the two domains, that is the application domain and the execution domain. To fill this gap, there is a new domain introduced. Right? That is the PL domain. Okay? PL domain is what? Programming language domain. Okay? Okay, then. The PL domain bridges the gap between the application domain and the execution domain. Right? In this domain, the gap between the application domain and PL domain is a specification gap. Right? It is a specification gap. What is specification gap? It is the semantic gap between the application domain and the PL domain. It can also be defined as a semantic gap between two specifications of the same task. Right? The specification gap is bridged by the software development team. Okay? Who bridged this? It is bridged by the software development team. Right? Specification gap is a gap between the application domain and programming language domain. Okay, means it is a gap between the PL domain and the application domain. Right? The gap between the programming language domain and execution domain is called as the execution gap. Next gap is, what is the next gap? It is a execution gap. What is execution gap? It is a gap between the semantic of program written in a different programming languages. Right? What is execution gap? It is a gap between the semantics of program written in a different programming language. The execution gap is bridged by the translator or the interpreter. Right? Got it, all of you? Means this gap is bridged by who? Translator and the interpreter. Got it, all of you? Okay. Now next, Next is what? Next is the advantages of programming language domain, right? What is programming language domain? We just discussed. It is a bridge between the application domain and, right? Okay. Now we will see the advantages of PL domain. First one is the large development time is reduced, right? We have seen already disadvantages. Okay, it will be require the large development time. Okay, if there are two domains, right? But here it will reduce the large development time. Okay, and next one is the better quality of software. Provides the better quality of software by reducing the time. Okay, yeah. After that, third one is the language processor provides a diagnostic capability which detects error, right? It will be detects the error. Okay, that is the third advantages, right? PL domain provides large development time is reduced. First one advantage, right? Next one is the better quality of software, and third one is the language processor provider diagnostic capability which detects error, right? And now in a little we can discuss about the what is the language processors, right? Here language processor provides the diagnostic capability, right? The third advantage. Okay, what is language processor? A language processor is a software which either bridges specification gap or execution gap, right? What is language processor? Language processor is a software which either bridges the specification gap or execution gap, right? Means throws program using the language processor, we can convert it into the target program if it is a error free, right? How? The types of language processor: interpreter, right? We have discussed in a last video. Interpreter, yeah. Interpreter is a language processor. Okay, interpreter is a also a language processor which bridges an execution gap without generating a machine language program, right? It can also work as a translator, right? Interpreter is also a translator, but it will not generate machine code. What is interpreter? It is a language processor which bridges the execution gap without generating a machine language program, right? And work as a translator, but it will be not generate the machine code, right? That is the first example of language processor. The third advantage, what is? Language processor provide the diagnostic capacity. How they can provide? Right, they will provide the error if there any. Okay, first one is the interpreter, right? Interpreter is also a language processor. Then you got the third advantages. You understand? What is the third advantages? That is the language processor provides the diagnostic capability which detects the error. Okay, okay, thank you everyone for watching this video. Thank you so much.